And you guys are live.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Good morning. I call to order the Design Review Board for Tuesday, June 7th, 2022. The first item on the agenda is the application of East Hook Corporation, 43 Pantago Road. Is the applicant present? Anybody? Hello? Okay. This is a repair. They want to replace the roof. What's happening is there's a leak on one of the buildings there, and you all received this paperwork. What we have is a leak, and they want to replace. They wanted to replace the roof with a red asphalt roof. However, due to this pandemic, they're not able from Riverhead Building to get the material to replace and repair the roof. So what they want to do is select the color. Their preferred color is black, onyx black, or up to the board, they would go with the slate stone gray. So we've all received this application. Do I have any comments from the board?
Oh, I think that slate stone gray looks pretty good to me.
Yes, it does. Yes. Ann Duffy, what is your opinion?
Probably the slate stone gray gives more variation where it's going to look a little more natural.
I think so, yes.
Weather versus the onyx black that's all one color, so it's not like a natural weathering.
Yes.
If it was actual cedar shingles.
Right. Okay. Anyone else?
I think they're both quite nice. I agree.
I can't hear you. Are you speaking or is it me? Hello?
We can hear you, Robert.
Oh, okay.
Kristen.
Okay. Kristen, I'm sorry.
Did you hear any of that?
No, I couldn't. I don't know. I thought maybe I shut it off for some reason. Could you repeat it, please?
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's
Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes, now I can.
I think they're both quite nice. But given the choice, I agree. I like this slate stone gray a little better.
Okay, great. And I noticed that there's somebody here. Linda, let me see. Linda? No? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is the board in agreement? We'll take a vote on this.
Linda is here.
Linda?
Does she want to speak about that?
Does she want to say anything or?
We can't hear you, Linda.
Linda Bayer?
Yeah, she's trying to connect to speak.
Okay.
Jump over to Tom's, yeah. She'll be right there.
Okay.
It doesn't mind where.
Okay. So
Okay,
Cheryl.
now
All
you're
right, there she is.
Oh, Linda, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
I know they
How are
went
you?
ahead
Nice
and
seeing you.
ordered the black, but they
I'm
assured
sorry?
me that they could reuse it if that didn't get voted first. So either one is fine.
So, well, you didn't get it delivered. Did you get a delivery of it or no? You didn't get
He
delivery.
ordered it already. But it's not that big of a roof. He said he could use it somewhere else.
Oh, okay. What is?
Okay, too.
I'm sorry. So, board members, what do we want to do here? Cheryl?
Well, I don't know. I like the gray.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it does give the roof a little more better contrast, I think.
Yes, I think you're right. And you're also with the gray. Yes.
I said that too, yes.
Yes. I agree. I think the gray is the way to go. I think it has more life to it. So, okay. So why don't we go with the gray?
We
And
also
do I
have-
have a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman,
We have
Yes.
two
there,
callers.
there are two callers on the line, so maybe just check with them first.
Oh, sure. Okay, who, maybe, Jody, maybe we have the first caller
Sure.
then? Who is that?
Caller ending with 7274. You're on the air.
Okay, okay.
Are you calling about this topic? They might just be
Hello?
listening. Let me go to the next caller.
Okay.
Caller ending with 4857. You're on the air. Hi, caller. You're on the air. Ending with 4857. All right. Seems like they're just listening in.
Okay.
Excuse me, Robert.
Sure. Oh, hi.
Hi. This doesn't affect me. I missed the very beginning. Which property are you speaking of? I'm just
Oh,
curious.
we didn't get to your property yet.
No,
We're-
I know that. I was just curious what you were speaking of.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a leak at, let me see, 43 Panago Road, the East End Hook Corporation. They
Oh.
have a roof that's leaking and they want to replace the roof. They
Okay.
they can't get the red asphalt.
I heard that part of it, right? Okay.
Yeah, but.
No,
they
there's a
wanna-
roof being replaced near one of my other properties, so I was just curious, but
Oh, that's
I have
okay.
no objections at all. I was just
Of
curious
course.
which one we were speaking of, that's all.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yep.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Okay, so getting back to the topic here, I have no problem with the slate gray. And apparently all the board members are in agreement that it should be replaced with the slate gray, slate stone gray. Okay. May I have a motion to approve this application?
I'll make a motion.
Cheryl, thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Amy. And all in favor?
Aye.
I,
Okay, thank you all. Okay. Thank you. And so proceed with the replacement of the roof in gray. Okay, thank you. The next application is the Tutto Cafe, 55 Main Street, and Barbertini, you're here.
Yes, is
Okay.
Kareem with us?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Hi, Kareem.
Hi, I'm Kareem from Benetti Kaczorski Architecture. So I'll cover with you guys today.
Okay,
Good
great.
morning.
Thank
Kareem
you.
will be answering probably all of the questions for the most part.
Okay.
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 So would you guys like me to share? You guys have the latest one, the May 23rd, revision 3, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
can you do that,
Perfect.
Kareem?
Yes, of
Thank you.
course.
Can you share your
Yes.
screen? Thank you.
Yes, can you guys see this?
yes,
Perfect.
I'll make it bigger. Hold on.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I think there were just a few items we had to, I feel like we've covered most of them in the previous meetings and there was just a few alterations. So I'm gonna highlight those just to make it easier. So the planters are as they were from last time. There's dimensions here just to get a sense of the size of the planters. Again, it will be wooden box planters painted in white to match the exterior, and then pots to fill in the space in between. And then this part over here will be the main entry. And I think, yeah, this is exactly what it was last time. The signage wise, we had a discussion about matching the awning, the Pantone color from the awning, the brown, the dark brown, and to match it with the exterior signage over the windows. So we agreed to do that. And so all the exterior signage is going to be in the same dark brown that's on the awnings.
Perfect.
And then we also added a detail for just to show how the pin mounted signage will be over the windows. It'll just be a 1/4 inch thick piece of metal. And then it will just be pin mount to the wall, protruding a 3/4 inch off the wall.
Okay.
And then signage again, just the green is allocating where the signage will be over the windows. And then the flag signs will just 2 flag signs also in the same brown, and they'll be in the replacement of the two existing flag signs that are there. So they both protrude only 12 inches out of the facade, which is the current flag sign protrudes
They,
that.
they fit the exact same dimensions of the pre-existing ones that the
Right.
board previously approved for the previous tenants.
Okay,
And again, back to the planters and the distribution of the plant types. And then the last thing is these are the cut sheets for the specifications for the lighting on the planters. So the planters, as we discussed last time, the lighters are just kind of stake lights, and they illuminate just the foliage. So just the plants, not the exterior facade or wall. And then the other one is just these downlights over here that we
Okay.
also discussed last time.
great. Thank you, Kareem.
Thank you.
And one last thing to the board that I'll acknowledge.
Yes.
The enclosure, which is not on the drawing, but you're all aware of it, where the equipment for the septic is. We did paint that white, and it matches the building. And personally, it looked, yeah, there we go.
Is
It
this-
looks great. Yeah, it's a much more attractive. You know, it just coordinates everything together, right? In my humble opinion.
Yeah, that was an excellent choice. That was
Yeah,
an excellent-
I mean, simple is good. So, you know, many
Yeah.
times. So it was very good, and yeah, it works. Yeah, it works.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Tom Parado, any questions? What is your input on the application?
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
There's no way to know which property it started on.
All right. Okay, so yeah, I think all the, it seems like the loose ends have been, well, not loose ends, whatever was outstanding was addressed, and I don't really have any opinion code wise.
Okay, thank you. Okay, board members, any questions? Cheryl Dayton?
Yeah, I have one question. On that clematis vine, it's in a pot, 4 foot to 7 foot. What does that climb on? Is it some kind of a trellis or some kind of a lattice work?
No, it's gonna be within the planter, so it's not climbing on anything, or not even the wall. So it's just it's gonna have its own supports within the planter.
Because it does climb.
Yeah.
But you're gonna keep it horizontal, sort of like, I think they had that,
Yeah.
Cheryl, at Maine Beach. They just have it in a wooden planter also, and I always
Yeah.
notice, it looks great, but it's horizontal.
Beautiful plant.
Yeah.
It really is. Ann Duffy, your input?
Just looking at the lumens on the light fixtures going in the planters are it's a low lumen. I was just trying to see what that,
Yeah.
that was my only question,
Okay.
what
Okay,
how much light was gonna get projected.
okay. Thank you. Amy, any questions or?
I think the change of the signage color, I think it looks really nice with the is it the Pantone brown? I think it looks really great. My one question would be with the lighting, with the downlights at your patios, where are those being, I'm just confused, where are those getting mounted to? Are those on the ceiling above?
Yeah, those are just taking replacement of these.
Oh, gotcha.
Exactly where these locations are. So we're just replacing these older ones with, because these are a brighter white tone. So it's just to replace these.
Okay, perfect.
Exact same location.
locations. Yeah.
And a much softer and you know, I think more attractive and also more energy efficient too. So, all good.
Thank you. Kristen, your input on the application?
Yeah, I think everything we've discussed previously, you've
Good. Okay. We sort of have a little audio problem with.
I think that's on her end, though.
Hi, can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, maybe you should check the callers again, if they're
Oh, the-
calling about this application.
Okay, how do, Jody,
I'll
could
Jody
you
will
unmute
do
them.
that.
Yep.
do that? I don't know how. Okay.
Give me
No,
one
Jody
sec.
does that.
Oh, okay.
So caller ending with 7274, you're on the line.
Okay.
No questions.
All right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Next
anyone else?
caller ending with
Robert.
4857, you're on the line.
Yes.
Are you calling about this topic, Hamilton? All right. Doesn't seem like he's talking.
Okay.
Then, Robert, if I could just add one more
Oh,
thing.
Tom, yes,
No,
please.
no,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. To Ann and Amy's point regarding the lighting, I am, just
Sure.
reminding the applicant that we do not permit uplighting. And I think if this was going to be lighting that's covered with the plants, I believe. So we just want to make sure that we don't have a exposed filament, I'll say, pointing upwards.
Of course.
At any time.
Yes, no.
I think we went over that,
Right, yes.
but I just want to reiterate that point.
Thank you, Tom. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe from our last meeting, Bob, you also, there were questions about the lighting and the lighting that's going to be in the planters. You also mentioned that they'll be going horizontally within the plant and just illuminating the plants themselves. Am I correct?
That's correct, right, Kareem?
Okay.
It's on, it's directly just on the plants, so it's not facing up or any other direction other than the actual greenery.
And all the bulb sizes are all low voltage.
Yes, and
Yeah.
its actual size, the size of the fixture itself is also pretty small. It's just around
Yes.
4 inches, even less.
Yes, I noticed that. Thank you. Do we have any other? I'm sorry, Cheryl, you have a question? Anyone? No?
No,
Okay.
the only thing I had was on those flag signs. Are they necessary? You have signage on the building.
Isn't it something that's already there?
It is an existing situation. That's debatable. That's a legitimate question. I won't argue with it, but it does tend to look rather nice, I believe. They developed around the village over the last probably 20, 25 years. They are existing. They are attractive, I think, when you see them. And it gives a different perspective depending upon where you're standing from, in the parking lot or walking on the walkway or so on and so forth. So it's only two, it's two.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a valid point though, because there's Tudo Cafe like 6 other times. So
Well, we
that
had,
may-
there's no additional signage at all on the building from what was pre-existing, because prior it was 4 individual spaces. There were, again, there's no additional signage whatsoever on the building. So other than the fact that it's a repetitive name, again, I don't want to be redundant, but there is no additional signage from what was pre-existing and approved. So.
And these awnings this image also shows it with the logo on the valance of the awnings, but it's at most cases the awnings are retractable, so they'll be they won't be pulled out, so you won't have all the signage that you're seeing here. So this is in the case that the awnings are out as well.
And Kareem, the little flag signs, I'm sorry, what are the dimensions? Just
They're 12 inches
12 by 12.
12 by 12, so they're really pretty small. Yeah.
And no, it's directly onto the face. There's already a groove that exists on the facade.
Right.
It kind of just slots in.
I don't have a problem with that. Excuse me. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that either.
So may I have a motion to approve the application? Excuse
Motion?
me. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Cheryl. Do, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, Bob, Rattini, thank you, and Kareem, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to take the time now that we've wrapped this up. I want to thank the board for their collaboration and working with us. And you know, we truly are trying to make this as attractive and as good as it can be for the village. And we certainly hope we're going to be successful. And again, just lastly, thank you one more time. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. Your presentations are always very nice. Thank you.
I appreciate the acknowledgement. Thanks again, and have a good day, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Kareem.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the Hunting Inn, 94 Main Street. Is the applicant present?
Yes.
Good morning. Okay, why don't we, Daniel? Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
if I could jump in,
Oh,
hi
yeah.
Chairman Caruso, this is Martha Riker from Toomey Latham. There are
Okay.
3 applications. I believe Gerard Pico is going to handle the first 2
yes,
regarding the signage and the Belgian block walkway. And then Daniel Tarabello, Matthew Jadlika from McLean Associates, and myself and anyone else who's on will deal with the site plan review.
okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Sure.
Okay, so the
And I
first,
just, I logged in as well. It's Ed Burke Jr., co-counsel with Martha. Hi, everybody.
hi there. How
Good
are you?
morning.
Good
Hi, everyone.
morning. Okay, so then the first part of this is the signage. Okay, can the applicant present for the board to see the signage that you're proposing? Can you share a screen with that?
I can't share a screen, but I can hold this up. This is the former
Okay.
sign.
Right,
This is the old
Okay.
sign.
yes.
And just had the new sign out. And this is the proposed sign.
Yes, and I'm sorry, Gerard, is that the same, they're approximately the same size, am I correct? 24 by
It's similar, but
36?
No, it's not the same size.
Oh, okay. What was the original size?
The original size was 24 by 20, 18.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Well,
The new one
the
is
signs that
24
are
by
there
26.
don't have approval from the board. They were sort of just temporary directional. So that's
Okay.
why they're before the board now.
Okay,
Right.
All
So
right.
the original sign was 24 in height and 18 in width, or the other way around?
This sign was 24 wide and 18.
18 in height. So
yeah.
you're doubling the size of the height in the new sign.
Correct.
Right. And this sign, Gerard, where will it be placed?
It'll be
Yeah,
placed
next
in the
question.
existing locations where the signs were.
Okay,
And where is that? Is that at the,
This is in the
oh, I have
driveway.
it. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a site plan and with the proposed locations of the signs. They're in the driveway area.
Yes. Right.
pull up the site?
I can show you this.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Yeah, I see. Okay.
So are they on the building side? Is that at the entrance to the parking lot? Is that where?
They're on-
That's correct.
They're on Hunting Lane side. As you enter Hunting Lane, it's on the, there's one sign, it looks like one sign, it's that black dot, it's
right on that
corner there.
driveway.
Yes,
So it's on the driveways, on the entrance to the driveway on the Hunting Lane side.
Actually, it's in the middle of the driveway on that side. And the second one is showing you a picture of the building side.
yes, I see it. Yes. Okay,
And this is the location of the existing on the hunting side.
right.
And is that within, is the size within code or is it larger than normal? That is,
Tom, Parado,
Yes, hi, Robert.
thank you. What your,
I believe that to be within the permissible code.
okay,
You know, the side, it's a cumulative amount, but I believe it
yes,
proper.
okay.
I believe so also, yes.
Oh, 6 foot.
The only thing I noticed about the sign, I think the signs are attractive. The only thing I notice is that in your copy here, you're putting down that it's PVC.
Yeah.
Plastic. What? As far as signs in the village and on the around the Hunting Inn, I think the board, we would prefer them all to be out of wood.
I think it would look better.
Yes. So
Well, the previous sign was metal.
yes. So metal.
This is 3/4 inch AZAC. It looks like it's not plastic. It is PVC, but it looks like a piece of wood.
So it's AZAC?
Yeah,
It's you're
AZAC.
using AZAC, which is different. Okay.
Okay. I don't have a problem with AZAC as far as, building material. Tom, what do you think about the AZAC as opposed to? Yeah.
It'll definitely, hold up better, but this is just a prime example of kind of what's been going on over there.
Yeah.
Kind of shooting from the hip and seeking forgiveness later. This could have
Yes.
all been avoided. I'm here, phone call away. I don't really have an opinion on the material. I think it'll probably look the same and might have a little more glisten to it.
So the signs you're saying, I didn't know that. Are the signs already up? Is that it? Are they?
Well, they were up and then removed once we
we removed them.
mentioned it.
I might also add they're not lit. There's no lighting on these signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no other comment really.
Thank you. All right. Board members,
I think if the material is AZAC and not PVC, PVC, I think that's okay, and it will stay in better condition over time.
it will. Yeah,
So,
I agree.
and is post white?
The
Is-
post is cedar. It's cedar wood.
Cedar.
White.
Okay. Any other comments from board members? Cheryl Dayton, your opinion?
The only thing I wondered, does it have to be 3/4 inch? I mean, they couldn't use half inch? I mean, 3/4 looked kind of heavy for a sign like that.
Let me just double check that. It's 3/4.
Yeah. I don't know, it just looked kind of heavy
Yeah.
for
Wow.
a sign.
Well, I think since it's going to be twice as large as the other sign, the 3/4 inch, basically you're only off a quarter of an inch. I don't think that would really make any difference
I guess probably not.
at all. So in regards to this sign application, do I have a motion to approve?
I guess we'll approve it.
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, we'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. And then the next part of this application is the Belgium block walkway. Who wants to handle that?
I will.
Okay, why
Thank
don't you explain it to us?
So we have a gravel driveway. We have a gray cut stone gravel driveway. It makes it difficult to pull any kind of luggage or travel gear on the gravel. So we're proposing a pathway from the parking area to the front entrance pathway, and this will provide an elegant, stable surface to wheel a luggage or a bag instead of pulling that on to through gravel. So
what would the base be of that?
This would be cobblestone.
Or cobblestone?
Yeah, it would be cobblestone walkway. We thought it would be in keeping with the sensibilities, the cobblestone curbing and the coloring, and also the texture. It would be flush or level to the existing grade. And it's...
take it then.
And how far out does it go?
Right.
What's the depth?
It's
Off of
There's no dimensions.
I marked exactly where it's going on the drawing. It's,
Yeah, no, I see that. I was just wondering what that dimension is off of the.
Off the existing curb, it's 1 foot off the existing curb. If we get any closer, really, it disturbs the integrity of the curb.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a 1 foot break, and it's between
Right.
the curb, and that's going to be
Gravel.
so it's going to be curb, a foot of gravel, and then this cobblestone path.
That's correct.
And what is the width of the cobblestone path?
36 inches.
36.
And it's going to be level with the stone driveway, am I correct?
That is correct. It won't be an encroachment
Okay.
on the driveway area at all.
Okay. And then how many feet is this to extend? Something like what, 145 feet? What?
You're correct. It's exact. It's 145 lineal feet.
Lineal feet.
Along, tracing along the existing curb to the parking area.
Okay. Okay.
Are there
sorry.
any other cobblestone walkways around the property, or is this going to be the only cobblestone walkway?
This would be the cobblestone walkway in the driveway to match the cobblestone curbing that's currently existing in the driveway.
But are all the other walkways on the property brick?
The other pathways are brick, red brick, and also there's gravel pathways in the rear.
Okay.
Are they going to be tight together? The cobblestone
Yeah,
walkway?
it would look, yes, it would be tight. There'd be a small joint, cemented joint.
Yeah.
Between.
So they'd all be pretty much flat.
Correct.
So nobody could trip on it. The one block might be a little higher than the other, a little lower.
No, it'll be flat.
It will be flat.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, let's have
Yes.
Jody check in with the callers
Oh,
again.
yes, yes. Could you do that? And let's see
Sure.
if someone's calling in.
So caller ending with 7274, you're unmuted. Calling about this topic.
I've got no comments.
Okay, going on to the next one. Caller ending with 4857, you're on the air. Okay.
No comment.
No comment? Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
That's all the callers.
Thank you, Jody. Tom, Parado, your input on the cobblestone?
Thanks, Robert.
Yeah.
The only concern is that it's going to add to the coverage that's already pre-existingly over. I know there's a application before the zoning board. I don't know if that would be, if that's on that or not.
It will not. It will not change the coverage. It's already existing coverage. We're just changing the surface type.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
I have a photograph of where maybe this will help delineate from the existing red brick pathway along the curb where we're proposing this.
Got it.
Okay.
So that would not.
It would not
It
increase.
wouldn't. No, that would not increase. You're correct.
At all.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And I just have one other question. Is there a pattern that you're doing to the cobblestone? What is the pattern that's going to
Yeah,
be?
it would be American bond. It'd be American bond, which is the current bond in the brick pathway.
Okay. So
Okay. Do they also call that a running brick pattern or
Correct.
running
That's
brick pattern? Okay.
Running bond.
Right. Right. Okay, then. What do I have a motion to approve the applicant's cobblestone walkway? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Kristen. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Okay. Then the last item is the site plan. And do you want to present that to the board?
Are you talking to me, Chairman Caruso?
Yes, yes.
All right, hi. This is Martha Reichert of Toomey Latham, 33 West 2nd Street, Riverhead, New York, 11901, representing the applicant, Hunting Hospitality. I'm also joined by my co-counsel, Eddie Burke Jr., and Daniel Tarabello, the architect, and Matthew Jedlika from McLean Associates, who is the landscape architect. Thank you for your time today. Our application is to install a 3-story addition to the rear of the building to accommodate an ADA compliant elevator with an elevator lobby, and that will be a 3-story addition to the building. We also are proposing the installation of an in-ground swimming pool with a spa, a patio area adjacent to the swimming pool that will use permeable pavers, and a raised covered patio at the rear of the building as well, which will accommodate a covered ADA ramp and walkway to access the entrance to the building. In addition to that, over in the pool area, we have proposed 3 cabanas, which are mostly, they're open air cabanas to provide some shade and a place to lounge after swimming. And we have also proposed to redesign several of the walkways to reduce coverage. And as part of our application and with respect to the village's transitional yards, we have proposed additional landscaping and screening to meet the regulations under the code, but also to adhere to sort of the guidelines in the Main Street Historic District handbook.
Okay, Billy Hayjack, what is your input on this application, the site? Plan
Good morning,
application?
Chairman, members of the board.
Good morning.
So I prepared a very brief report for the board. It was dated June 3rd. And I give a very brief outline of the proposed project. And so as Martha indicated, it's a proposed 3-story addition. The project is described as improving ADA accessibility by including an elevator. The swimming pool and spa, there are 2 patio areas. One is a roofed over patio that's up against the building. And the second is an at-grade patio around the swimming pool. 3 cabana type structures are proposed, and the landscaping and redesigned walkways and the ADA ramp. I would just note that the project requires variance relief from the Zoning Board of Appeals. It needs a transitional yard setback variances, a gross floor area variance, and I believe a coverage variance. And so therefore, I think I would recommend that the Design Review Board keep your comments fairly generic and limited to the overall project. You can certainly express your opinion on any element of it, but I wouldn't get into the real nitty-gritty details of it until the applicant has gone through the zoning board process and obtained the necessary variances from the zoning board. I would note that in relation to the building addition, it is sort of tucked on the back side of the building. Based on the elevations that were submitted, the roof line is no taller than the existing ridge. So I don't believe, at least from the elevations, I don't think it'd be visible from either Main Street or Hunting Lane. And I think the swimming pool and cabanas, while they are proposing some landscaping to shield them from Main Street, I think some of that might be noticeable. Currently, it's sort of an open vista back towards that brick patio, and there's a couple of rows of landscaping. The first being in line with the building is a lower row of evergreen shrubs or shrubbery, and then I think there's some landscaping beyond that. But I mean, I think it'll change the appearance of the building from Main Street, specifically on like the south side. That's essentially, the summary of my comments. I do have some suggestions for materials that I think the applicant should provide to the board in order for you to conduct your full review, but that can occur after the applicant goes through the zoning board process.
Billy,
Any questions for me? I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Yeah. Board members, any questions for Billy regarding this application?
Is it before the zoning board at this point? Have they gone to the zoning board at all?
So the applications were submitted simultaneously.
Okay.
And the hearing, the public notice has been prepared, and I think tentatively it's
July
slated
8th.
for the July zoning board hearing. So they haven't had a hearing yet, but that's subject to change.
It seems like we should look at this once that's.
Yeah, the code, for non-conforming uses that require site plan review, the code requires the board conduct a preliminary review before it is scheduled for a hearing before the zoning board, just for you to give it a once over and sort of vet it with the applicant.
What about the lot coverage?
The lot coverage is increasing. The magnitude of the variance, I could tell you that is, survey out. So it's pre-existing non-conforming with regard to coverage. So the existing coverage is 41,100 square feet. I'm using round numbers. They're proposing 42,600 square feet. So it's about 1,500 square feet increase.
What's the permitted?
Allowable is 17,600 square feet.
What about the cabanas?
So the cabanas, they do add to coverage, but they're proposed on a patio surface, and the patio's already included in coverage. They provided a set of plans architectural plans that show renderings of the cabanas, but we don't have specific floor and elevation plans for them, which is something I suggested they provide.
Yeah.
They look to be roof structures with sort of open air sides. It looks like lattice type siding on maybe one or two of the sides, but I'm not exactly sure.
Would the board like me to share my screen so I can show you the renderings?
That would be great.
Okay, yes.
It would be.
All right. Just one moment. Let me get this up for you. Can the board see these two color renderings of the cabanas?
Yes.
Yes.
How big is the pool?
You know what? Let me have our architect, Daniel Tarabello, jump in.
Hello. Hi,
Good morning.
How's everyone? Martha, I think, sorry.
What's the size of the pool?
Just one moment, Martha. I was gonna share it, but if you give me one moment, I will try to pull it up.
Daniel, I can stop screen sharing and let you screen share if you'd like.
Yeah, that might.
Sure,
that
why don't I
might
do that?
work.
Just to answer Cheryl's question, it's about 30 by 15.
Yeah, that sounds right from memory. I'm trying to pull up the dimensions.
And it also has attached to it or part of it, a jacuzzi. Does a jacuzzi fit within the 15?
No, that's not inclusive of the spa. The spa is a circular appendage off of that. I couldn't dimension it, but it looks to be about an 8-foot diameter.
8 foot. I believe it's 8 foot diameter. That's correct.
And what is the dimensions of the cabanas? There are two of them, am I correct?
That was my next question.
3. And I am trying to, I believe they're 8 feet by 8 feet each.
And what's the height?
That I have to check.
Cabanas are about 9 feet by 10 feet, roughly.
Oh, 9 foot
10 by 9 by 10 or 10 by 10.
Oh, 10 by 10. Okay. So,
3 cabanas are proposed.
3. So that's
So basically it's the length of the pool. You said the pool was 30 by 15. So if it's 10 by 10, they're.
So if you can see my screen, they're sort of flanking the two ends of the pool. All of this is sort of tucked in behind the building, the existing structure.
how many? I'm sorry, Ann.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. The outer limit or the outer wall of the swimming pool, how many feet is that from the building itself? If I were to divide that in half and run a line through the spar, from that wall through the spar to the building, about how many feet are we talking about from the building itself?
Matt, do you have access to the CAD file? Can you pull that up? I mean, I can sort of eyeball it based on this, but I don't want to pull up my CAD drawings during this process.
I have a ruler. So you want to know from the spa to the building itself?
If you take a look where you have the word pool fence, take the length of the pool, divide it in half, go right, draw a line straight through the middle of the spa to the building. How many feet approximately is that?
So you're looking at the dimension from the spot to the building.
Yes, from the end of the pool. In other words, you have the word pool fence. Draw a
Yep.
line from the edge of the pool, right through the spar to the building itself. About how many feet is that from the end of the pool?
I'm opening up AutoCAD and I'll get the exact measurement as soon
Okay.
as the drawing opens.
Now, another question, the fence itself, what is to prevent, what type of fence is that exactly?
You have to be what, 4 foot?
Okay, so
Height?
is it what is it, the fence material again?
Matt, what do we have proposed on that on the site? We should have that on the site plan, correct?
For the fence? No. I'm assuming we proposed a wooden fence. That's what.
This is redesign.
Yeah, we haven't designed the actual fence yet itself.
Okay.
We typically design a wooden fence. It says to be determined.
Okay, so one thing for future thinking about this project, if you want to move forward or you're going to move forward with the application, is what will prevent sound and noise from permeating this pool area? There will be many people around it. So what is to prevent noise from traveling to our next door neighbors over there?
Mhm.
What is going to prevent that?
So if I can ask the board, I know that I've seen in the area sort of a two-layered fence, which is they've used rigid insulation to attempt to dampen some of the noise. We are beyond the noise envelope, I believe. So between those two items, I'm looking for some guidance from the board as to what else we might be expected to do.
What's the proposed landscaping on the backside of the pool along that fence where you have the neighbor that is?
Sure.
Close neighbor.
Martha, can you pull up the site plan again real quick?
Sure, if you could stop screen sharing, I'll share my screen again.
As far as the answer for the distance perpendicular from the backside of the pool.
Yes.
Going through the hot tub or jacuzzi section and perpendicular to the pool, it's 54 feet to where it hits the building. But that's perpendicular to the pool.
Okay. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So before Matt jumps in to discuss the landscaping plan, I just want to draw attention to there's existing mature hedge vegetation already here. So there is a fence along the property line. There is hedges, and then here we have all this additional buffer and vegetation that's planned to be planted. But the pool itself is 40 feet from the side yard. So if this was a single family residence, it would meet the swimming pool setbacks.
Okay.
The issue here is that because this is a commercial property in a residential neighborhood, we have the transitional yard of 50 feet, which is why we have to go to the zoning board. But again, if this was a single family residence, the pool is located in a place where it could be built without needing zoning relief. And so with respect to that, the transitional yard regulations require a minimum 20-foot buffer. And we're proposing here to have vegetation all the way through the full 40 feet, which I think will mitigate sound and noise, in addition to the fact that there's a fence and a hedge.
Well, the CBA, that board will have to determine all of those items.
Exactly. But I'll turn it back over to Matt so that he can speak towards the landscaping plan.
Well, I think it's fairly self-explanatory that, we try to infill and screen with all sorts of different types of material that are, taken off the village's approved lists. We have things like holly and laurel and arborvitae. You know, they're decent size proposed, you know, some 10 feet high, 12 feet high. We do fill in with some lower shrubs like yew and inkberries. There's hydrangea, there's some ferns, a couple of dogwoods as far as decorative plantings. So the general idea was just to fill in and screen from the neighbor.
So currently where you're proposing the pool, if I'm remembering correctly, it's pretty much open space or grass or?
There's some grass and open space, but there's also like
there's a patio.
The patio. There's a brick paver patio with some lounge chairs.
And there's a shed that's also being relocated to the parking lot area over here. So this shed right here is approximately existing in this location, and it's proposed to be moved over here.
And the porch on the back of the building is that for dining or is it just the elevator and ADA access? What's the larger porch that's being added?
The porch is really, as you can see here, we have, you know, just some tables and some chairs. It's to provide a different area of outdoor recreation, but it's, you know, it's covered, it's in the shade, you know, permits people to sit outside, but not necessarily within the pool area.
But it's not going to be an extension of the restaurant.
No, no, because the regulations don't allow the introduction of outdoor dining. So that's not what we're proposing here.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board on this application? If not, then we should let the applicant go to the ZBA and present your application to the board there.
I agree.
Okay. All in agreement? Let's just, okay. We cannot decide on any of these items here. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Chairman.
Okay. Thank you all. Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Jody, any callers here or?
Let me check. Give me 1 sec. There are no new callers on the line.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions before the board? Anybody with any items or unfinished business? Pam, anything?
No,
that we
nothing
need
else
to-
on your agenda.
Thank you, Pam. Board members, any other questions or?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you. Then I would.
This is, before we dismiss, this is Gerard. If we could get a transcript of the call for the pool, landscaping, the cobblestone, and the signage would be much appreciated.
Well,
You mean minutes?
Yes, please.
Sure, they'll be done eventually.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, applicant. Okay. If there are no other questions before the board, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make it a motion.
Cheryl, thank you. Do I have a second?
A second.
Thank you so much, Kristen. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Well, have a great day, and I'll see you at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you.
Welcome to CMS&U.